program.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May peace be upon us. Good afternoon from Jakarta, Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to welcome the Honorable Mr. Dante Saxono Harbuono, Vice Minister of the Ministry of Health of the Republic of Indonesia, and the Honorable Ms. Maria Renata, Director of Technical Cooperation, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia, and the Honorable Mr. Sunsuke Takatoi, Senior Representative JICA Indonesia Office, and the Honorable Mr. Eka Deni Mansur, Head Bureau of Finance of behalf the Secretary of the Ministry of State Secretariat, and then distinguished participants from 9 countries, Kenya, Tajikistan, Kamboja, Timor-Leste, Madagascar, Thailand, Papua New Guinea, Laos, and Indonesia. I'm Yosita Sinentia Marsha, will be your host for today's event. We are really pleased and honored to welcome you here in knowledge sharing program, Maternal and Child Health Handbook. So in this very special afternoon, I would like to convey my gratitude to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala because His blessing we are enabled us to be present here in a good health condition. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the opening ceremony of the Knowledge Sharing Program on Maternal and Child Health Handbook on Empowering Community for Enhancing the Continuum Care by Maternal and Child Health Handbook Utilization during Pandemic Era. So, the Government of Indonesia and the Government of Japan have a strong commitment in enhancing the quality of the maternal and child health through the sharing knowledge programs. Even though this program is conducted virtually, but it is not hindered our commitment to having the cooperation. So I would like to inform to all of you that we conducted today's event following the government rules and strict health protocols. Like for example, like a swab test and then using a mask and also like maintaining social distancing as well. So to begin today's agenda, I would like to kindly invite firstly the Secretary of the Ministry of State Secretariat, represented by Bapak Eka Deni Mansur, Head Bureau of Finance, to deliver the welcoming remarks. Bapak Eka, the time is yours.
Thank you. Honorable Bapak Dr. Dante Sakso Harbuono, Vice Minister of Ministry of Health, Honorable Ibu Maria Renata Hutagalung, Director of Technical Cooperation, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Mr. Sunsuke Takatoi, Senior Representative ICA Indonesia, distinguished participants from Cambodia, Kenya, Laos, Madagascar, Papua New Guinea, Tajikistan, Timor-Leste, Thailand, and Indonesia, distinguished speakers, facilitators, and committees. Good afternoon. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam damai sejahtera untuk kita semua. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. May peace be upon us. In this very special afternoon, I would like to convey my gratitude to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, the Almighty God, for His blessing and guidance, which enable us to be present and healthy today. On behalf of the Ministry of State Secretariat of the Republic of Indonesia, I'm delighted to welcome you to SSTC webinar on Knowledge Sharing Program on Maternal and Child Health Handbook, Empowering Community for Enhancing the COC by MCH Handbook Utilization during pandemic era. Ladies and gentlemen, as we have witnessed in the past years, the global pandemic of COVID-19 has profound impact on countries across the world. Economic activity are at halt, schools are closed, the people stay in their houses most of the time. All countries have faced difficulty in combating the spread of the virus to make sure that their people are safe and healthy. In this difficult time, I hope we will be able to overcome these challenges and come out stronger than ever. This pandemic does not stop us to realize our commitment to implement South-South and Triangular Cooperation Program. In this era of technological advancement, we have determined to implement this program virtually so that we are still be able to share our knowledge and experiences without neglecting the COVID-19 pandemic protocol. Ladies and gentlemen, the government of Republic of Indonesia has a strong commitment to implement technical cooperation among developing countries through South-South and Triangular cooperation by putting forward sharing knowledge, skill, experiences, and best practices. SSTG is not a yesterday story. Instead, we have a long history and milestone in the cooperation. Since the Asia-Africa Conference in Bandung in 1955, the spirit cooperation among the global South has flourished. In this regard, Indonesia is consistent in its effort to increase cooperation with fellow developing countries through various capacity building programs. SSTC is based on principle of better partnership for prosperity. Thus, the cooperation is always put forward solidarity, common understanding, and beneficiary driven. As the national priority, Indonesia's SSTC provides support in terms of capacity building program, scholarship, and expert dispatch. These are three flagship programs which are development issues, good governance, and peace building, and economic issues. From 2014 to 2019, Indonesia has offered more than 270 programs and participated by no less than 5,000 participants from 134 countries around the world. For such data, it can be concluded that the distribution of Indonesia's SSG program has covered the entire region. Priority issues are increasingly diverse and involve not only the development human capacity, but also development of environment, facility, and infrastructure, as well as government system. Multi-stakeholder partnership and the involvement of non-state actors is increasing for the past years and coming. Such progress and commitment is also evidence of Indonesia's contribution to promote 2030 agenda. Ladies and gentlemen, this course is implemented under the framework of South-South and Triangular Cooperation coordinated by the Ministry of State Secretariat as the national focal point in collaboration with Japan International Cooperation Agency (EICA) and Ministry of Health of Indonesia. Ministry of Health continues to create success story of Indonesia South-South cooperation. We note that since our partnership with Ministry of Health and GICA in 2007, Indonesia have successfully implemented 12 SSTC programs on maternal and child health that took part in several places across Indonesia with more than 170 alumni from 15 countries. Therefore, it is a very valuable experience to participate in this program. Through this program, we had the opportunity to share and discuss the strategy, initiative, and action taken by the government of Indonesia as well as your country to implement the maternal and child health handbook during the COVID-19 pandemic. I hope we could learn from each other and come up with strategies and relevant to the needs of our community to address the issue of maternal and child health. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, as a coordinating facilitator, the Ministry of State Secretariat is committed to improve the quality of Indonesia's South-South and triangular cooperation. Therefore, we would closely monitor the execution of this program. So please do not hesitate to give your comment and recommendation about this program. As my concluding remark, please allow me to give our high appreciation to GICA for the continuous support and contribution to this training program, and also for continuing effort in promoting and strengthening South-South and triangular cooperation activity in Indonesia. Our high appreciation is also delivered to Ministry of Health for organizing this training, Ministry Foreign Affairs, Ministry of National Development Planning, National Development Planning Agency, and Committee, as well as all supporting party for their effort and keen interest to organize this program. For the participant, I wish you a rewarding program, a lively exchange of idea. And after this program, we will gain a new perspective and knowledge about the topic. I hope this will be very useful for you to create brighter future for our children and next generation. Thank you. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Pak Eka.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much, Pak Eka, for the opening remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, also joining us here today, the Honorable Ibu Maria Renata, Director of Technical Cooperation, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia, to deliver the opening remarks. Ibu Maria Renata, the time is yours.
Thank you, Mbak Yosita. Honorable Bapak Dante Saxono Harbuwono, Vice Minister of Ministry of Health. Honorable Ibu Kartini Rustandi, Acting Director General of Public Health, Ministry of Health. Honorable Bapak Eka Deni Mansur, Head of Bureau of Finance, Ministry of State Secretariat. Honorable Mr. Shunsuke Takatoy, Senior Representative, JICA Indonesia Office, distinguished guests and participants, ladies and gentlemen. A very good afternoon from Indonesia and good morning and afternoon to participants joining this program via online platform from other countries. We are pleased to note of all the participants joining us in this opening session of this online training course. I would also like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude and appreciation to the Ministry of Health of the Republic of Indonesia, Ministry of State Secretariat of the Republic of Indonesia, and JICA Indonesia for their continuous support to strengthen South-South and triangular cooperation and for inviting us to collaborate for the implementation of the program. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia recognizes South-South and triangle cooperation as means to accelerate the progress to achieve the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. Indonesia is committed in strengthening its policy and implementing South-South and triangular cooperation as is reflected in the government's National Medium-Term Development Plan, or RPJMN, as we in Indonesia call it, for the 2015-2019 period and the 2020 until the 2024 period. Indonesia believes that South-South and triangular cooperation can be one of the most valuable tools to strengthen solidarity among developing countries. In this regard, Indonesia has provided assistance to other developing countries in Southeast Asia, the Pacific, the Middle East, and Africa region. I'm also pleased to note, as mentioned by Bapak Eka Deni, that over 170 participants from 15 countries have taken part in this theme of the program. Principles that Indonesia applies in implementing its SSTC and International Development Cooperation Policy are namely inclusive, transparent, mutual benefit, demand-driven, and non-interference. These principles have supported Indonesia as a reliable partner for South-South cooperation. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, the COVID-19 pandemic has caused severe disruption to the safety and well-being of people all over the world, especially those who are the most vulnerable, including women and children. Collaborations between countries, development partners, and non-state actors through SSC are important to increase resilience of vulnerable groups in overcoming this challenging situation. Through this course, we hope that participants may acquire and improve their knowledge by sharing your country's experience with us on maternal and child health handbook utilization during the pandemic as one of the efforts to ensure women and children's well-being. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, our record shows that Indonesia has implemented SSC programs in maternal and child health, which, as Pak Deni mentioned, involved hundreds of participants. Therefore, I would like to express my gratitude and highest appreciation to the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of State Secretariat, and JICA for their cooperation, initiative, and hard work to organize this training course. It is my hope that this fruitful partnership within the framework of South-South and triangular cooperation will be sustained and expanded in the future. Indonesia continues to seek possible future cooperation, as well as to explore cooperation on various potential sectors that can be utilized within the SSTC. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, allow me on behalf of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs once again to express my heartfelt appreciation to all related agencies for their efforts to organize this online training course. Finally, and importantly, stay safe and healthy, and I wish good luck to all the participants and organizing committee. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ibu Renata, for your remarks. Also, thank you for your presence here today. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like also to kindly invite the Honorable Mr. Sunsuke Takatoi, Senior Representative JICA Indonesia, to deliver the welcoming remarks. Mr. Sunsuke Takatoi, the time is yours.
To the Honorable Dr. Gigi Kartini Rustandi, Director General of Public Health, Ministry of Health, Dr. Elna Murati, Director of Family Health, Ministry of Health, Mr. Aria Tirto Smarto, Acting Head of Bureau for Technical Cooperation, Ministry of State Secretariat, Mrs. Maria Renata Ftagalan, Director of Technical Cooperation, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, representative from the Indonesian government, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, selamat pagi, selamat siang. Firstly, I'd like to warmly welcome all to the International Knowledge Sharing Program on MCH Handbook 2021. The empowering community for enhancing the continuum of the care by MCH Handbook utilization during pandemic era from Jakarta, Indonesia. On behalf of JICA Indonesia, I'd like to thank all delegates from Indonesia, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, Timor-Leste, Kenya, Tajikistan, and welcome participants from Papua New Guinea and Madagascar for your first participation since 2007, when we started the program. In this year, we could have 28 participants from 9 countries. Let me express our sincere appreciation to the Ministry of Health for the hosting this international program, as well as your kind cooperation with the ongoing JICA's program of MCH Handbook. We greatly thank to your inputs and efforts toward this program, even in a COVID-19 pandemic situation. The challenge is a global COVID-19 pandemic. Our initial plan was that we could invite you to Indonesia and discuss about the MCH activities utilizing the MCH Handbook through face-to-face arrangement. But we have had to switch to the online program and also had to postpone from early August to this month. Apologies for the inconvenience caused for the postponement. JICA is concerned about its negative impact on people, especially women and children in socially vulnerable situations who struggle to access to health services. The impacts caused by COVID-19 and the response toward it seem different from country to country. Thus, I believe this KSP is a great opportunity to share experience and know-how to secure the essential MCH services among participants. As all of you will understand, the purpose of the KSP are the first, to learn how countries do empowering the community through utilization of MCH Handbook in the pandemic era. The second, to learn how countries do capacity building of health workers in pandemic era. And the third, to enhance the capacity of the participants in conducting monitoring and evaluation of MCH Handbook implementation. Let me just remind you that our focuses throughout this year's KSP is on a sustainable service provision during the challenging situation of COVID-19 pandemic. As for utilization of the MCH Handbook, kindly be noted that Indonesia is one of the first countries in the world that officially introduced MCH Handbook nationwide. In order to share Indonesia's valuable experience with other countries, Ministry of Health of the Indonesian government and JICA have organized international training courses 12 times since 2007. The total number of the countries that participated in this program has been 15 countries with 186 participants from Asia, Middle East, and Africa. This collaboration is now carried out as one of the main activities of the JICA's Technical Cooperation Project for enhancing the quality of maternal and child health program and the implementation of maternal and child health handbook in the era of the decentralization. The project commenced its planned activities in October 2018 with a duration of 5 years to strengthen the capacity of the Center of Excellence for the Maternal and Child Health in the promotion of the effective use of the MCH Handbook in Indonesia and foreign countries. The project has already entered its 3rd year. Hence, we are now at a critical turning point to review the progress and achievement in the first half of the project period. I'd like to share with you just a part of the achievement recently made by the project. The Little Baby Handbook and the educational module of the Integrated Child Health Checkup were developed and available. Now relevant technical guidelines and a baseline survey at the pilot areas are under preparation. I hope these results and the progress are shared and lead to constructive discussion among the participants. Once again, I would welcome all of you to the online knowledge sharing program. Terima kasih banyak, and thank you very much indeed for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sunsuke Takatoi, for your insightful remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, marking this wonderful occasion, I would like to kindly invite the Honorable Vice Minister of the Ministry of Health of the Republic of Indonesia, Bapak Dante Saksono Harbuono, to officially open today's knowledge sharing program. So, Bapak Dante Saksono, the time is yours.
Representative of Minister of State Secretary, Representative of Minister of Foreign Affairs, Senior Representative JICA Indonesia, distinguished delegate from Kenya, Tajikistan, Cambodia, Timor-Leste, Madagascar, Thailand, Papua New Guinea, Laos, and Indonesia. Observed from JICA quarter country, and ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is my pleasure to welcome all delegates on behalf of the Ministry of Health to the knowledge sharing program. I would like to appreciate JICA for your continuous support concerning the development, implementation, and improvement of maternal and children health service, or MCH, particularly through the MCH Handbook. I would like to express my gratitude to the Ministry of State Secretary and Ministry of Foreign Affairs for the fruitful collaboration with Ministry of Health and JICA in organizing this event. Since 2007, Indonesia has conducted the Third Country Training Program, TCTP, involving 17 particular country members of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, the Short and Triangular Cooperation, and the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. This year, amidst on COVID pandemic, we proudly conducting the virtual program to share experiences on community empowering to enhance continuum of care during the COVID pandemic through the utilization of the MCA and Handbook. Ladies and gentlemen, as well as we all aware, the world is still facing the difficulty time. We must admit that COVID-19 pandemic is still serious threat. Despite of our continuous effort to prevent the infection, we must strive to ensure the continuity of maternal and child health services, and essential service should be priorities. The government is committed to prioritizing the availability of essential service for maternal and children. In delivering essential health care, especially for mother and children, the MCH Handbook play a crucial role as a tool to empower family and community to improve maternal and child health. Ladies and gentlemen, the pandemic has also affected our regular program in conducting international knowledge sharing program. This year, for the second time, we modified the program into online session. In this event, we aim to accommodate countries to share their experiences and best practice in empowering community for enhancing the continuum of care by MCS Handbook utilization during the pandemic era. During the program, participants will have opportunities to learn from Indonesia and other participant countries how the country do empowering community through utilization MCA Handbook in pandemic era. How do capacity building of the health worker pandemic era, and how to enhance the capacity of participants in conducting monitoring and evaluation of the MCH Handbook implementation. Hopefully, participants will acquire inspiration and translate it into a plan of action to be implemented in their country. We are eager to learn more from other countries' experience to improve the quality of MCA service in Indonesia. I wish you productive and fruitful sessions. Thank you.
For your remarks, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin today's training program, we would like to kindly invite distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, to take a group photo. So I will guide from here. So please turn on your camera. You can freshen up first, and then when you are ready, so please turn on your camera. We will take a group photo. We will wait you, ladies and gentlemen, for a second. So when you are ready, you can turn on the camera now. So we will have family pictures for this knowledge sharing programs. So I will count from 3, 2, 1, and yeah. So once more, and 3, 2, 1. Is it enough? Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. So ladies and gentlemen, we are now approaching to our main session for today's event, the knowledge sharing program on maternal and child health on empowering community for enhancing the continuum of care by maternal and child health handbook utilization during the pandemic era. But before that, for all the guests and participants, please kindly fill in the attendance form first through the given link in the chat box. And also, I would like to remind to you all, the distinguished participants, to rename your display name first with this order, country, _name, _participants. I will repeat once more. The country, _your name, _participants. That's for the participants. And for the facilitator, it's the same order, like a country, _name, _facilitator. So please to do it so now. So I would like to inform that this program will be conducted in 3 days. So we will start the first day right now. So the first session will be moderated by Mas Gaung from the Bureau of Foreign Technical Cooperation, the Ministry of State Secretariat. Without further ado, I would like to kindly invite Mas Gaung. The time is yours.
Yeah, thank you very much, Yoshita. So, distinguished speakers, participants, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon from Bogor, Indonesia. I am Gaung Antardayu, your moderator for first session, wishing all of you in a healthy and well condition during this COVID-19 pandemic. So once again, I would like to welcoming you to the first day of knowledge sharing program on maternal and child health, or MCH Handbook 2021, with the topic empowering community for enhancing the continuum of care by MCH Handbook utilization during pandemic era. And before we go, once again, I would like to inform you the housekeeping of this program. First, please turn off your Zoom microphone while the speakers do their presentation. And second, make sure you pay attention to the chat box, as some updates from the committee will be available on the box. And the third, this program is also streamed online via YouTube channel. So the description of the channel will be informed to you through the chat box also. Now we go to the first speakers of the day. We have Acting Director General for Public Health from the Ministry of Health of the Republic of Indonesia, Ibu Kartini Rustandi. So Ibu Kartini Rustandi will present it to you about Indonesia's experience on empowering community, capacity building, and monitoring evaluation on MCH Handbook during pandemic. We have 13 minutes for your presentation, Ibu Kartini, and to Ibu Kartini, the time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon. First of all, let's pray Allah, the most gracious, most merciful, for allowing us to gather here at the knowledge sharing program on maternal and child health handbook 2021. I'm pleased to welcome all participants from Kenya, Tajikistan, Cambodia, Timor-Leste, Madagascar, Thailand, Papua New Guinea, Laos PDR, and from Indonesia. I would like also to appreciate JICA for your continued support concerning the development, implementation, and improvement of MCH Handbook in Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, starting the presentation today, I will describe Indonesia maternal and child health policy, including MCH implementation in the era of COVID-19 pandemic. Indonesia, located in South Asia with a population more than 270 million people, we have more than 70,000 islands and all united under Pancasila as the basic principle of our country. Indonesia have mother language is Bahasa Indonesia. The government Indonesia adopt a decentralization system including the health sector for its 34 provinces and 514 districts or cities. With the system, the authority of provide the health services applies to the district or city government. In 2020, the estimated target of pregnant women is 4.8 million and live births are 4.4 million. Health services in Indonesia are delivered through the primary health centers and hospitals. Currently, there are more than 10,000 primary health centers and more than 200,900 hospitals. The raised outreach health services we assess by more than 260,000 community health posts. There are several conditions of the might we contribute the current MCH status, such as the unfavorable condition illustrated by this slide. We still have considering high prevalence of the prematurity, low birth weight, anemia in pregnancy, chronic energy deficiency in pregnant women, incomplete basic immunization, and also pneumonia and diarrhea, which contribute to the infant mortality. On the other hand, the coverage of family planning intervention are also considering the unmet need, the prevalence of modern contraceptive prevalence rate, and the high prevalence of child marriage. Ladies and gentlemen, based on RPGMN 2019 and 2024 document, Indonesia target our infant mortality rate from 24 to 16 per 1,000 live birth in 2024. Meanwhile, maternal mortality rate from 305 to 118 per 100,000 live birth in 2024. Prevalence of stunting from 27.6% to 14% in 2024. Percent of wasting was 7.5%. The target in the 2024 is set to be 7%. The COVID pandemic, which has an important on decline in maternal and child health services. That's why we must work harder to achieve the target of infant and maternal mortality and also stunting. Indonesian policy to provide maternal and child health services are focusing at 4 priority targets, which are pregnant, maternal and postnatal women, neonatal, under 5, preschool children and adolescents. The prioritizing is preventive and promotive effort without ruling out curative effort. Policies will run with strong collaboration between the government, NGO, and public, supported with environmental health, PHBS practice, health protocol implementation and vaccination acceleration. Ladies and gentlemen, we monitor the maternal and child health services through routine report and survey. Monitoring through routine reports sourced by data from primary health care center, with flow in cascade the district health office up to the Ministry of Health. Routine reports are available manually or by electronic application. Monitoring through manual report containing aggregate data, while electronic application containing individual data. Gradually, all of public health centers encouraged to use electronic application. We developed electronic reporting recording from the MCH Handbook to MCH Mobile, from the register cohort book into the electronic cohort. All of the electronic application should be integrated by bridging the system. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to inform you the following is the prevalence of COVID-19 in children by age. The proportion in the age group are similarly between Indonesia and global, except in 15 to 19 years group, there's a slightly difference. Most cases are in 15 to 19 years age group, both globally in Indonesia. In Indonesia, children aged 12 and over has received the COVID-19 vaccine. We hope that there will be a decrease in the number of COVID-19 cases in the age group of children 12 years and over with this vaccine. In Indonesia, pregnant women as a vulnerable group are also infected with COVID-19. It is recorded that 10.2% of all COVID-19 sufferers are pregnant women. That's why vaccines for pregnant women are priority in this day. As we all aware that COVID-19 pandemic, which has been going from almost 2 years, has affected many of life aspects. In terms of health services, the pandemic has reduced the opportunity of population to access the essential service. During the early month of pandemic, Ministry of Health has conducted a rapid survey which told us that the pandemic condition with result in activity restriction reduced the service delivery through the integrated health post as one of the important essential service in the community. In that time period, almost half of integrated health posts were closed. Furthermore, patient visit the primary health care also decreased. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to inform you the strategic program in pandemic for MCH. At the first is pandemic regulation, and second, accelerated vaccination COVID for vulnerable group. 3, how to community empowerment, and 4, capacity building for health workers. In the pandemic regulation, we have modified maternal child health services, modified referral services, and health protocol implementation. And in accelerate vaccination COVID for vulnerable group, we have program vaccination for pregnant women, vaccination for breastfeeding women, vaccine for children 12 until 8 years old, vaccine for elderly. And then for the community empowerment, we have online mechanism like mother class, modified posyandu activity, immunization, supplementation, and monitoring for high-risk children. For capacity building for the health workers, we have a collaboration with a professional organization conduct the training for health workers at the Puskesmas. And the training models is blended learning. We have online session and on-the-job training session. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention. I'm pleased to present the current situation of maternal and child health services in Indonesia. Hopefully, all of participation can learn from each other in line with the objective of the training, to learn how countries to conduct community empowerment, capacity building, and monitor evaluation. Wish you all have a fruitful discussion and product a good plan for action for the continuity of maternal and child health services. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Wish you all very good day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ibu Kartini, for presenting Indonesia's experience on empowering community through MCH Handbook during this pandemic. Now we move for the next speakers. We have Ms. Yoko Masaki, streaming online and live from her office. Ms. Yoko will present to you about Japan experience of MCH services, focusing on child health checkup during pandemic. So, Ms. Yoko, you have 15 minutes, and without further ado, the time is yours.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to welcome you all today. My name is Yoko Masaki from JICA Project for Enhancing the Quality of MCH Program and Implementation of MCH Handbook in the Era of Decentralization. I'm in charge of community health in this project. Today, I'd like to explain about Japan's experience of maternal and child health service, focusing on child health checkup during COVID-19 pandemic. There are three things I'd like to talk on this presentation. First, overview of health and medical care system in Japan. Second, child health checkup in normal situation. Third, child health checkup during the COVID-19 pandemic. I'd like to start from health and medical care system in Japan. This is a flow of administrative health and medical care system. It consists of three levels: national, prefectural, and municipal governments. Under Ministry of Health, Labor, and Welfare, there are 47 prefectural governments. Prefecture and municipality have autonomous function. In Japan, public health services and medical care services are separate. Public health services such as prevention and health promotion are provided by public health centers and municipal health centers under the responsibility of local governments. Medical services are not provided in the public centers and municipal health centers. So when people get sick, people go to hospital to cure disease. In Japan, people can choose any hospital or clinic. There are laws regulating public health and medical service to guarantee the equal and proper supply to people. One of these is Maternal and Child Health Act. It clarifies child health checkup, health guidance, and MCH handbook, and so on. Health services such as MCH handbook and child health checkup are stipulated by law. This is MCH service taken in Japan from pregnancy to early childhood. When mother notifies her pregnant, municipal health center issue MCH handbook. Pregnant mother can receive 14 times antenatal care with free of charge with a voucher. If necessary, public health nurse or midwife will provide home visit or health counseling according to the health status of pregnant mothers. After delivery, all newborn will receive home visit service and child health checkup. In this presentation, I will focus on child health checkup in details. Before I explain child health checkup with COVID-19, let me explain what the follow-up service based on the condition. This opportunity is very important to check all children in the community, and also mother can consult with health professional on anxiety to maintain her mental health and prevent child abuse. This is a history of child health checkup with MCH handbook. The history of MCH Handbook and Child Health Checkup started at almost same time and has long history. Child Health Checkup as a must-have has begun in 1939. Nearly a year, in 1942, Maternal Handbook was introduced. And in 1948, Handbook was changed the name to Mother and Child Handbook and added the contents of children. After that, 3 years old and 18 months old checkup were gradually introduced with the registration of MCH Handbook. The MCH Handbook is used as a recording and educational tool at home and is utilized in child health checkup. For example, let's look at the page of 3 years old in Japanese MCH Handbook. In the left page, mother will fill in the status of child development. And when mother and the child visit health checkup for 3 years old, health worker will fill in this right page, including weight, height, and any problem on ear, eye, and tooth condition. When do we provide checkup? In Japan, we have several timings to receive child health checkup. 18 months old and 3 years old checkup are stipulated as a legal checkup. National attendance rate of checkup in 2019 was 95.7% and 94.6% respectively. Also, almost municipality conducts 3 to 4 months old checkup, although it's optional checkup. And as another timing, checkup for 7 months, 10 months, 1 year, 2 years old, and 5 years old are performed as an option. It is dependent on the municipalities. To conduct checkup smoothly and effectively, various healthcare professionals are involved in child health checkup. Okay, let's look at one example of child health checkup from one city in Tokyo. First, mother or caregiver registered checkup and received a waiting number. Then, during the waiting time, health worker provide group health education. The topic of health education depends on the age. Next step is pre-assessment. In this step, public health nurse will check MCH Handbook. They check immunization status, history of birth, history of checkup, and so on. And also, they ask the mother about nutrition, breastfeeding, child raising, and any worries. Besides, health worker will check the child development and evaluate. Next step is body measurement. Here, health worker measures the weight, height, and head circumstance. MCH volunteer in the community also support if necessary. Next is clinical assessment. Pediatrician will check if the child has any physical or mental problem comprehensively. In case of 18 months old and 3 years old, dental checkup will be provided. Dentist will check tooth condition. If needed, dental hygienist will explain how to brush teeth. And according to the result of pre-assessment and clinical assessment, individual guidance will be provided. Now, I will explain how Japanese child health checkup has been conducted during the COVID-19 pandemic. This is the COVID-19 situation in Japan and the world. As you can see, this graph shows new cases in Japan. Middle show this case in Japan. The lowest shows new cases and these cases in the world. The graph of Japan and the world are similar. In Japan, so far, there have been 5 surges. Recently, the 5th wave from July to September 2021 was the largest number of COVID-19 cases. After first wave of COVID-19, many municipalities stopped child health checkup temporarily, especially in the prefectures with a large number of infected people. So some mothers hesitated to go to health center for child health checkup in serious situation. But child health checkup should be delayed because it is an important milestone in the confirmation of growth and development. So, Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare developed this poster. The purpose is to emphasize the importance of child health checkup and immunization. This slide explains experience from some Japanese health centers during the COVID-19, how child health checkup has been provided during serious pandemic situation. This is a graph of COVID-19 cases, and red arrow indicates a period which Japanese government announced the states of emergency. From April to July 2020, many municipalities suspended mass child health checkup temporarily. However, public health nurse continue follow-up service by phone call or home visit during this duration. And government and municipality announced the importance of immunization and checkup in cooperation with medical professional associations such as Japan Pediatric Society. So, some municipalities resumed checkup for 4 months old with small numbers. And also they change from group checkup to individual checkup in cooperation with local pediatric clinic or hospital. In August 2020, some municipalities started 18 months old and 3 years old checkup. After that, there were a bigger wave of COVID-19, especially this fifth wave. In this situation, many municipalities continue child health checkup with an appropriate infection prevention control. Regarding the attendance rate during this serious pandemic, we still couldn't get the exact percentage of attendance rate, but from hearing from 5 health centers in Tokyo, Okinawa, and Iwate Prefecture, attendance rate of child health checkup during this fifth wave keeps almost the same as before COVID-19. So awareness of child health checkup and immunization is also key point to keep high attendance rate. This slide explains how to implement child health checkup during COVID-19. First, management of health workers' health is essential point, such as wearing a mask, disinfection of hand, and check temperatures. Second, health worker inform mothers of information in advance. For example, number of accompanies such as a family member at the venue is restricted. And if the child has any symptoms such as a fever or cough, mother should call before coming the venue. Number 3, health checkup should be planned with consideration of infection prevention control. For example, divide the target child into small group. Number 4, environment setting. The venue should be large with good ventilation and need to set chairs to have some spaces between mothers. And health workers should disinfect desk and chair frequently. And stop using public toy and magazine can be infected. Number 5, for body measurement, health worker ask mother to bring bath towel for changing diapers that is a source of infection. Last point is a health education. They change to the video lecture during a waiting time and make an appointment for individual guidance by phone call or home visits to avoid crowded. This poster by one city from Tokyo, they developed this poster to encourage the mother to take child to the health checkup and immunization, even during COVID-19. Okay, I'd like to conclude by emphasizing these 3 points. First, child health checkup is a good opportunity to maintain and promote the health of children. During the COVID-19 pandemic, child health checkup can be performed with a basic infection prevention control. Second point, it is efficient to collaborate with health professional and local private clinic in order to promote child health in the community. Last point, the MCH handbook has a function of sharing the information between health professionals and the mothers as a home-based record. Child health checkup is set in several timings throughout infancy and childhood. So MCH handbook makes the most using child health checkup and contribute the continuum of care for MCH service. This is the end of my talk, and in Indonesia, Ministry of Health and project are planning integrated child health checkup for pilot implementation in 2022. We hope utilization of MCH handbook will be improved and strengthened through child health checkup in Indonesia. Thank you so much for your kind attention.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Ms. Yoko. So that is the presentation from Ms. Yoko. Through her presentation, Ms. Yoko gave us the comparison between scheme in child health checkup in normal situation and also during pandemic. So we do hope this will inspiring you, all of participants, in developing your action plan. On to the next, we have Mr. Tatsuhiko Sukakoshi, Chief Advisor, the project for enhancing the quality of maternal and child health program from JICA. So, Mr. Sukakoshi, you have 5 minutes to deliver your presentation.
Thank you all being here for attending this international KSP seminars. My name is Tatsuhiko Tsukakoshi, short for Tsuka. I am project team leader of JICA MCH Handbook project. I am talking to you from Jakarta, where the project office is located. I would like to make a short presentation to brief you on the ongoing JICA Technical Cooperation project. Our project title is Project for Enhancing the Quality of Maternal Child Health Program and the Implementation of Maternal Child Health Handbook in the era of decentralization. Short name is we call MCHHB project. This is a technical cooperation project with duration of 5 years by JICA, Japan International Cooperation Agency. We have been receiving the substantial and technical support from the Department of Public Health and its Sub-Department of Family Health of Indonesia Ministry of Health. We commenced our project in October 2018, so 3 years has already passed. Our project has 4 main outputs, as the slide shows. Output 1 is to strengthen capacity to share expertise and experiences with foreign countries through conduct of the international seminars or KSP. Output 2 is to develop the model of continuum of maternal and newborn care. Output 3 is to develop the model to improve early child development. And lastly, we are working to assist Indonesia government to enhance the quality of digitalization of MCH handbook or applications. Representative activity for OP1 is KSP that we are being implemented. OP2 is development and install Little Baby Handbook and its system. OP3, Integrated Child Health Checkup or ICHH. OP4 is to study the quality of control of digitalization of MCH handbook. We have 5 target provinces of the project. I look forward to visiting the West Nusa Tenggara, which kindly hosting this KSP. Thank you for NTV for your support. In this slide, let me quickly brief you the JICA's past and present contribution to MCH Handbook installation at Indonesia. JICA's intervention to develop and promote the MCH Handbook has dated back to about 30 years ago. JICA provided support to develop the first MCH Handbook at pilot areas in the pilot phase, and continued provide support at the implementation phase to expand MCH Handbook use at several provinces. JICA also contributed at the national implementation phase to promote universal use of the MCH Handbook through conduct of the technical cooperation project. A present project at the continued phase is categorized as the phase 3 project. Recent revisions and printing and distributions, socialization, all managed by the Minister of Health by their own. We are under preparation to conduct the baseline survey and pilot activities, including the training, evaluations at the pilot areas, and the dissemination activities are scheduled in 2023 up to the end of the project. Thank you very much for your attention, and I look forward to working with you. Terima kasih banyak.
Domo arigatou gozaimashita, Mr. Sukakoshi, for your presentation. So if you notice that Mr. Sukakoshi just gave us the information about the JICA's plan for the child and maternal health in Indonesia. So moving into the last line up for today, we have the coordinator of child health and preschool from the Ministry of Health of the Republic of Indonesia, Ibu Madidia.
Yes.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
How are you, Ibu?
Fine.
Yes.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Very good that you are
Absolutely.
joining me here in the Bogor. So, Ibu Dia will help you to develop your action plan, all participants. So, please make sure that you pay attention to Ibu Dia presentation. So, you have 10 minutes, Ibu Dia,
Okay.
and the time is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Gaung. Good afternoon, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. Warm greeting from Indonesia. My name is Didia, working in MOH, and I'm in charge of under 5 health. Regarding the agenda, on the third day that all countries will present plan of actions. And I would like to explain you about how to develop the plan of action. The operator, would you help me to share screen? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Next slide, please. Yes. As the KSP schedule, there are group discussion session along 3 days. Today and tomorrow, the group discussion session will be at the end of the program. Group discussion will be held in a breakout room. One link will be provided for one country, as well as every link, there will be a facilitator accompany you. And the facilitator gives 1 hour to discuss the lesson learned on that day in accordance with the objective of the KSP. Lesson learned that is possible to be applied in your country to be written in the spreadsheet. And on the third day, the group discussion session will be in the middle of the program, and the facilitator will give you only 45 minutes to finalize the plan of action. Next slide, please. Yeah. How to start the session of group discussion? The participants and facilitators will automatically be invited to join, move to the breakout link according to each group. In order to run the discussion, each country assign a leader who will guide the discussion and write down the results on the spreadsheet. Kindly find the spreadsheet link that it can be downloaded through Zoom chat. Yeah. Step 1, you will be moved to the room automatically for each group, and this is a group list of facilitators who will guide country participants in the breakout room. Kenya will be facilitated with Dr. Rima Damayanti, and then Ms. Asri Yeni, and Tajikistan will facilitate by Dr. Laila Mahmudah, and then Cambodia will be facilitated by Dr. Wisnu Trianggono and Dr. Prahesti Fajarwati. Timor Leste will be facilitated by Dr. Aryo Baskoro, and then Madagascar will facilitate by Ms. Yoko Masaki, and then will assist by Dr. Aryo Baskoro in the second and third day. And Papua New Guinea will be facilitated by Dr. Weni Muniarti and Karlin Pandi. And Lao PDR will be facilitated by Dr. Mularsih Restianingrum and Ms. Lia Anjar Nurzamara. And Indonesia, representative from Indonesia will be facilitated by Dr. Tatsuhiko Sukakoshi. Yeah. Next slide. Yeah. Step 2, each room will discuss using the spreadsheet to help preparing a plan of action. The Excel sheet for day 1 and day 2 contains 3 points of KSP objective and 2 questions to guide group input. The 3 objective points that will produce into a plan of actions are: the first one, how do other countries empower the communities through utilization MCH Handbook in pandemic era? And the second objective, how do other countries take action for capacity building of health workers in pandemic era? Third objective, how do other countries enhance the capacity in conducting monitoring and evaluation of the MCH? And other is additional points outside the objective if you find any lessons from countries. And the participants in group discussion to provide input on what they have learned from other countries and what can be adopted for their countries toward those objectives. For example, you can write here, if you have learned from other countries to increase capacity by develop videos, then it is possible to apply in your country, and you can plan to be activities. Next slide, please. Okay, and next, you can write the input of the discussion in the provided column and write down the name of the group member who provided input, what you filling in the matrix from the first and the second days will be a plan of activities. Okay, next slide. Yeah. The Excel sheet for day 3 contain of matrix, a plan of action. Column plan of activity you can fill based on previous sheet. Column of indicator can be filled with measurable indicators. And then column of time schedule can be filled in what time you need to complete the activity. Column of responsibility can be filled in the name of the parties related with the activity. It can be from within the institution or from outside institution. And then column of budget can be filled in budget sources to funding the activities that you have planned. And the last column of remarks, can be filled in number 1 if it is in accordance with the objective of community empowerment. You can fill number 2 if it is in accordance with the objective of capacity building. You can fill number 3 if it is in accordance with the objective of monitoring evaluation. And you can fill number 4 if it is not related to the third objective or outside the objective. The next, okay. And step 3, a facilitator or group leader will assist group discussion to write down the inputs in the spreadsheet. And step 4, group leader of each country will present the plan of action in 5 minutes. So make short but clear plan of action. If you have any problems of using spreadsheet, the facilitators will help you. Okay, so that is for the guide of plan of action. Thank you very much for your attention. We hope you will enjoy the discussion. Thank you so much. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Dr. Dia, for the guidelines for the participants to develop their action plans. And after this, there will be a 15 minutes break. Feel free to fuel and refresh yourself with tea or coffee. And make sure to be punctual and joining back to the Zoom for the second session. So that's it for the first session. I'm Gaung Antardayu, wishing you to stay safe and healthy. Terima kasih.
Thank you.
Indonesian government is highly committed to the fulfillment of children's rights, as stated in the Child Protection Law, the Population Administration Law, the Health Law, the National Education System Law, etc. The Integrative Holistic Early Childhood Development Policy, which integrates relevant cross-sectors, has been outlined in Presidential Regulation Number 60 of 2013. Furthermore, to coordinate programs from the relevant ministries, an IHECD sub-task force is formed under coordinating Ministry of Human Development and Culture, with representatives from Ministry of Home Affairs and Ministry of National Development Planning or National Development Planning Agency. The IHECD sub-task force coordinates Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education and Culture, Ministry of Women's Empowerment and Children Protection, Ministry of Social Affairs, etc., which works in 3 fields, namely early childhood education, health and nutrition, and early childhood care and protection. The IHECD policy is implemented in stages from the central, provincial, district or city governments to the village, involving public health centers, integrated healthcare centers, early childhood education care units, and toddler family development groups. The following is a video that illustrates collaboration across sectors of health, education, cadres of community organization for family empowerment and welfare at the integrated healthcare centers in monitoring early childhood health and development using the MCH Handbook as its main instrument.
Mengenai ini tentu saja sangat bermanfaat dan dilaporkan ke puskesmas. Jika ada penyimpangan, dilakukan intervensi dan stimulasi ulang. Apabila masih ditemukan penyimpangan, dilakukan rujukan ke poli DDTK di puskesmas. Untuk meningkatkan efektivitas pelaporan screening KPSP dan juga mengurangi tatap muka, si daerah memanfaatkan teknologi yang sederhana yaitu dengan Google Form. Dengan Google Form ini nanti para guru akan melaporkan hasil dan puskesmas akan menindaklanjuti dengan intervensi dan juga stimulasi. Ternyata dengan cara ini puskesmas bisa mempertahankan pelayanan DDTK pada balita dan anak prasekolah walaupun di era pandemi dan tatanan baru.
Untuk optimalisasi kegiatan SDI DTK, Puskesmas TMP menciptakan program inovasi sidera, stimulasi, deteksi dini, ramah anak. Tujuan inovasi sidera adalah meningkatkan kualitas pelayanan kesehatan balita dan anak prasekolah dalam deteksi tumbuh kembang dan intervensi dini. Dengan adanya inovasi ini diharapkan dapat menjadi daya ungkit dalam pencapaian target SPN dan mendukung program prioritas dalam akselerasi penurunan stunting.
Indonesian government is highly committed to the fulfillment of children's rights, as stated in the Child Protection Law, the Population Administration Law, the Health Law, the National Education System Law, etc. The Integrative Holistic Early Childhood Development Policy, which integrates relevant cross-sectors, has been outlined in Presidential Regulation No. 60 of 2013. Furthermore, to coordinate programs from the relevant ministries, an IHECD Subtask Force was formed under coordinating Ministry of Human Development and Culture, with representatives from Ministry of Home Affairs and Ministry of National Development Planning or National Development Planning Agency. The IHECD Sub-Task Force coordinates Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education and Culture, Ministry of Women's Empowerment and Children Protection, Ministry of Social Affairs, etc., which works in 3 fields, namely early childhood education, health and nutrition, and early childhood care and protection. The IHECD policy is implemented in stages from the central, provincial, district or city governments to the village, involving public health centers, integrated health care centers, early childhood education care units, and toddler family development groups. The following is a video that illustrates collaboration across sectors of health, education, cadres of community organization for family empowerment and welfare at the integrated healthcare centers in monitoring early childhood health and development using the MCH Handbook as its main instrument.
Pelayanan kesehatan balita dan anak prasekolah kini memasuki era tatanan baru COVID-19. SIDERA atau Stimulasi Deteksi Dini Ramah Anak di Puskesmas Tempe Kabupaten Lumajang merupakan salah satu upaya layanan terintegrasi dengan polisi integratif dan posyandu dengan Bina Keluarga Balita.
Posyandu dengan 5 meja kita optimalkan dengan tetap memperhatikan protokol kesehatan di area pandemi seperti ini. Pemeriksaan di DTK di sini kita arahkan ke pemberdayaan orang tua. Jadi di sini orang tua kita ikutkan aktif untuk menjaga tumbuh kembang pada anak dengan screening pada buku KIA. Jadi dengan adanya peran orang tua di sini, orang tua jika ada masalah pada anak dapat langsung melaporkan kepada bidan sehingga dapat dilakukan deteksi dini untuk stimulasi dan intervensi gizi.
Kolaborasi dengan program Bina Keluarga Balita memanfaatkan kantong wasiat. Di situ kita bisa memberikan edukasi kepada orang tua termasuk masalah tumbuh kembang anak, vaksinasi dan lain sebagainya.
Kegiatan SIDERA memberikan edukasi dan promosi kesehatan mengenai pola bersih hidup sehat dan demo gosok gigi, cuci tangan dengan benar, gizi seimbang, dan pengenalan tanaman toga. Ini tentu saja sangat bermanfaat bagi PAUD HI karena selaras dengan kurikulum K13. Anak-anak tidak hanya belajar dalam kelas, tapi belajar bermain langsung dan praktek langsung dengan ahlinya.
Guru PAUD melakukan pemantauan deteksi dini tumbuh kembang anak dengan menggunakan KPSP dan hasilnya akan direkap dan dilaporkan ke puskesmas. Jika ada penyimpangan, dilakukan intervensi dan stimulasi ulang. Apabila masih ditemukan penyimpangan, dilakukan rujukan ke poli DTK di puskesmas.
Untuk meningkatkan efektivitas pelaporan screen KPSP dan juga mengurangi tatap muka, SIDERA memanfaatkan teknologi yang sederhana yaitu dengan Google Form. Dengan Google Form ini nanti para guru akan melaporkan hasil dan puskesmas akan menindaklanjuti dengan intervensi dan juga stimulasi. Ternyata dengan cara ini puskesmas bisa mempertahankan pelayanan DDTK pada balita dan anak prasekolah walaupun di era pandemi dan tatanan baru.
Untuk optimalisasi kegiatan SDI 3, Puskesmas Tempe menciptakan program inovasi SIDERA, stimulasi deteksi dini ramah anak. Tujuan inovasi SIDERA adalah meningkatkan kualitas pelayanan kesehatan balita dan anak prasekolah dalam deteksi tumbuh kembang dan intervensi dini. Dengan adanya inovasi ini diharapkan dapat menjadi daya ungkit dalam pencapaian target SPM dan mendukung program prioritas dalam akselerasi penurunan stunting.
Indonesian government is highly committed to the fulfillment of children's rights, as stated in the Child Protection Law, the Population Administration Law, the Health Law, the National Education System Law, etc. The Integrative Holistic Early Childhood Development Policy, which integrates relevant cross-sectors, has been outlined in Presidential Regulation Number 60 of 2013. Furthermore, to coordinate programs from the relevant ministries, an IHECD Subtask Force was formed under coordinating Ministry of Human Development and Culture, with representatives from Ministry of Home Affairs and Ministry of National Development Planning or National Development Planning Agency. The IHECD Subtask Force coordinates Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education and Culture, Ministry of Women's Empowerment and Children Protection, Ministry of Social Affairs, etc., which works in three fields, namely early childhood education, health and nutrition, and early childhood care and protection. The IHECD policy is implemented in stages from the central, provincial, district or city governments to the village, involving public health centers, integrated healthcare centers, early childhood education care units, and toddler family development groups. The following is a video that illustrates collaboration across sectors of health, education, cadres of community organization for family empowerment and welfare at the integrated healthcare centers in monitoring early childhood health and development using the MCH Handbook as its main instrument.
Pelayanan kesehatan balita dan anak prasekolah kini memasuki era tatanan baru COVID-19. SIDERA atau Stimulasi Deteksi Dini Ramah Anak di Puskesmas Tempe Kabupaten Lumajang merupakan salah satu upaya layanan terintegrasi dengan PAUD Holistik Integratif dan Posyandu dengan Bina Keluarga Balita.
Posyandu dengan 5 meja kita optimalkan dengan tetap memperhatikan protokol kesehatan di area pandemi seperti ini. Pemeriksaan di DTK di sini kita arahkan ke pemberdayaan orang tua. Jadi di sini orang tua kita ikutkan aktif untuk menjaga tumbuh kembang pada anak dengan screening pada buku KIA. Jadi dengan adanya peran orang tua, di sini orang tua jika ada masalah pada anak dapat langsung melaporkan kepada bidan sehingga dapat dilakukan deteksi dini untuk stimulasi dan intervensi gizi.
Kolaborasi dengan program Bina Keluarga Balita memanfaatkan kantong wasiat. Di situ kita bisa memberikan edukasi kepada orang tua termasuk masalah tumbuh kembang anak, vaksinasi dan lain sebagainya.
Kegiatan SIDERA memberikan edukasi dan promosi kesehatan mengenai pola bersih hidup sehat dan demo gosok gigi, cuci tangan dengan benar, gizi seimbang, dan pengenalan tanaman toga. Ini tentu saja sangat bermanfaat bagi PAUD HI karena selaras dengan kurikulum K13. Anak-anak tidak hanya belajar dalam kelas, tapi belajar bermain langsung dan praktek langsung pada ahlinya.
Guru PAUD melakukan pemantauan deteksi dini tumbuh kembang anak dengan menggunakan KPSP dan hasilnya akan direkap dan dilaporkan ke puskesmas. Jika ada penyimpangan, dilakukan intervensi dan stimulasi ulang. Apabila masih ditemukan penyimpangan, dilakukan rujukan ke Poli DDTK di puskesmas.
Untuk meningkatkan efektivitas pelaporan screening KPSP dan juga mengurangi tatap muka, SIDERA memanfaatkan teknologi yang sederhana yaitu dengan Google Form. Dengan Google Form ini nanti para guru akan melaporkan hasil dan puskesmas akan menindaklanjuti dengan intervensi dan juga stimulasi. Ternyata dengan cara ini puskesmas bisa mempertahankan pelayanan DDTK pada balita dan anak prasekolah walaupun di era pandemi dan tatanan baru.
Untuk optimalisasi kegiatan SDI D3 Puskesmas Tempeh menciptakan program inovasi sidera, stimulasi, deteksi dini, ramah anak. Tujuan inovasi sidera adalah meningkatkan kualitas pelayanan kesehatan balita dan anak prasekolah dalam deteksi tumbuh kembang dan intervensi dini. Dengan adanya inovasi ini diharapkan dapat menjadi daya ungkit dalam pencapaian target SPM dan mendukung program prioritas dalam akselerasi penurunan stunting.
Indonesian government is highly committed to the fulfillment of children's rights, as stated in the Child Protection Law, the Population Administration Law, the Health Law, the National Education System Law, etc. The Integrative Holistic Early Childhood Policy, which integrates relevant cross-sectors, has been outlined in Presidential Regulation Number 60 of 2013. Furthermore, to coordinate programs from the relevant ministries and PH.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again to Knowledge Sharing programs. Now we are approaching to our second session for today. In this session, there will be a country presentation from Cambodia, from East Timor, and also Kenya. And also in the end, we have a Q&A session. So for this session, I would like to welcome Director of Health Promotion and Community Empowerment, Ministry of Health, Bapak Imran Nur Ali, that will be our moderator for this session. So Bapak Imran Nur Ali, the floor is yours. Silakan Bapak.
Yeah, thank you, President. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I want to guide this session about presentation of capability, improvement and monitoring evaluation, maternal, child and health during COVID-19 pandemic in each country. There are three countries from Cambodia, Timor-Leste, and Kenya. I think every speakers have 10 minutes. Okay, please, Ms. Heng Nim from Cambodia. Time is yours. Please, Ms. Hingham.
Yeah. Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
Please,
I just opened the unmute, but just a moment, difficult to unmute. So now I will share slide. Yeah. Okay. First, I would like to greeting from Cambodia. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. For this time, I would like to present about country report from Cambodia. This is a second time for me that I joined with the KSP by online. And my name is Heng Ngim. I'm from Cambodia. I'm a training coordinator of a training unit. Yeah, so now I would like to present about the sorry, I would like to slide so okay. Sorry, I share the wrong slide, yeah, but not delivery wrong. Yeah, so for this book we call MCH educational book. Yeah, that we only provide 3 places, that 2 provinces and 1 hospital. Yes, and the first slide I would like to show about the demography of Cambodia and MCH data. Nowadays, Cambodia total population is more than 15 million, and the total population under 1 year is 304,939 that we choose from IAS 2018 about the total population. We choose from Cambodia census 2019. Yeah, but for the CDHF for 2020 we did not do because of the COVID-19. Yeah, the GDP, like you see, but we select from the estimate during 2015. And about the literacy for women is more than 76. And total fertility rate is 2.7. Contraceptive prevalence is more than 50%. And birth attendant by care personnel is more than 80, nearly 90%. And for delivery of at health facility is more than 80%. And PNC1 is around 90%. And for the MMR, we choose from the census during 2019 is 141 per 100,000 live birth. And for NMR is 18, yeah, that we choose from CDHA 2014. And about IMR around 18 that we choose from census at 2019. Yeah, this is our demography and MCA data. Yeah, for this slide, I would like to show you about the current implementation data on the MCA handbook. Nowadays in Cambodia, we also still use two kinds of the MCA handbook, that the mother and the children. Yeah. For this one, we call a record part. That record part, we have a book for the record for ANC delivery and postnatal care, and for the yellow card, we complete. Yeah, we complete immunization card. Yeah, thank you. Okay. What's that? No. Oh, no. Sorry, maybe I have problem with the technical, so I can stop share and I will share again because my colleague told me that did not see my slide. Sorry, maybe we use it.
Maybe to go on again.
Okay, can you see my slide with the demography and age data?
Okay.
Yeah. And for another, can you see? Current implementation.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, and sorry for disturb your time. Okay. Yeah. Again, I would like to show about the current implementation sector on the MCA handbook in Cambodia. Nowadays in Cambodia, we still use as two kinds of book. Yeah. For this one, we call record part. The record part is still record for the ANC and delivery and postnatal. And the yellow card, we complete or we fill the immunization card for the children. And another one, this a pink card that we call MCA educational handbook, that JICA project in Cambodia and cooperate with my organization or with MOA. Yeah, develop this book and provide to the women that have a pregnancy or delivery or after delivery. We call information card. So this book is very useful for the women and children and also family. They can read, they can see all information during they have a pregnancy, delivery, or after delivery. Yes, about the progress of the last action plan. Yeah, we did the activity with the develop e-learning module on MCH education. Yeah, about the indicator, we already done that. We are done on Q1 to Q3 this year. Yeah, and the partner with the JICA and NMCHC. NMCHC is a full name, National Maternal and Child Health Center. Yeah, and the second activity, we already develop effective INC material. Yeah, we provide to all health center in Cambodia. Yeah, we done already, and we finish on Q1 for this year. And we also train the health worker on Handbook education through online training because of the COVID-19. So we cannot training face to face. Yeah, we already done. For the fourth activity, distribution of educational handbook to remain control area in pilot. Yeah, so in pilot we complete. We already do with the 2 provinces. So all the educational provide to all of them. Yeah, that we done on second quarter this year. Yeah, so every activity we also cooperate with JICA and MCH too. Yeah, for our country, about the pandemic of COVID-19. Yeah, during 2021 June, since July. Yeah, July. At that time we have a COVID pandemic case around more than 42,000, and that only 459 that. Yeah, but nowadays we increase more this time. Yeah, and this book we select from the WHO. Yeah, and for this picture we have the platform screening every woman that come to visit or come to admit at the hospital. We screening to find the COVID-19. Yeah, some of the client have a positive COVID-19, some could not, but for this one, the place that we call the pregnancy or the woman delivery with the COVID-19. Yeah, so the our hospital we got the woman with the COVID-19. Yeah, around 400 or 500 delivery. Yeah, for this I would like to show about the experience that we continue to monitor and evaluate of the MCA implement. Yeah. During 2020, we distribute MCA educational handbook that is not enough for improving maternal mother knowledge on danger sign. So quality of health worker education need to be improved. Yeah. Health workers should be share adequate information with the mother at appropriate timing. And for the PNC visit, need to promote for increasing the completion rate of the COC. So health workers should understand the number and timing of PNC visit. And require for the both mother and baby. They should inform mother fully and properly about PNC to increase the completion rate of the continuum of care. And the providing adequate health education before being discharged after delivery is key to promote PNC. How to conduct health educational before being discharged after delivery need to be reviewed. Yeah. So for our activity and monitoring and evaluation, we need to improve for the health worker because they still like a limited or cannot like the rate is not meet that we set the target. Yeah.
Sorry, time is saying.
Yeah, I see. Okay. We also developed the flip chart for COC in MCH. Yeah. Before we use only a small book, and now we have a flip chart, so we can the midwife or the provider can educate to the mother and easy to see and easy to understand. Okay, and also we provide to the health center. All the health center in Cambodia, we get the flip chart and also give education to the mother in the bed in the postpartum room. Yeah, the last slide I would like to share about the experience that we work with the worker in pandemic area. So when we have we meet the situation of COVID-19, we cannot provide the training face-to-face, so we developed the e-learning module, yeah, video or with the role play, yeah. So we can utilize self-learning video for online training in the collaboration with the CMA that we call Cambodia Midwife Association, yeah, for CPD. And we also continue education for the health worker during COVID-19 too. Just this is for me too. I'm actor for the sorting video. The feedback of the participant that join with the online training, yeah, we get the certified of them. And
sorry, time your case.
Okay, this is our lesson learned, yeah, from other country. You can see, yeah, we want to learn about how the country empowering communities through utilize MCA and how to learn capacity building. That you can see this. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you for your attention. Sorry, so for
thank you, Miss Hanit from Cambodia.
Yeah,
okay, next turn from from Timor-Leste. I think Miss Augusta Amaral Lopez, please. Your time. 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
No, my slide.
Can you share your slide?
This is the file, no? Okay.
Okay, please.
Yes, thanks from Dili Timor-Leste. Good afternoon for all of you. Thank you for inviting us in joining this training on fake knowledge sharing program. Timor located at the eastern region of Asia with projection population of almost 1.3 million. Based on the 2015 population census, the total live birth per year is 33,548 and children under 5 years of 176,378. In addition, there are 13 districts, 67 sub-districts, and 452 villages. The health facility center include 1 national hospital, 5 referral hospital, 71 community health center, and 312 health posts.
Sorry, Miss Augusta, can you use the slideshow, your presentation, and the next slide maybe?
You see my screen? Yeah. So
to get the slideshow, please.
Are you see my slide?
Still smaller slide.
Hello.
Yeah. Ms. Agusta, the presentation with 2 slideshow.
Seeing my presentation,
Okay.
slide.
Yes, yeah.
Now okay for you?
Okay. But in the slideshow more the bigger.
Okay. Hello.
Okay, never mind.
It's okay. So
Okay.
okay. Next slide. As shown in this slide, based on the 2016 demographic health survey, the maternal mortality ratio 195 per 100,000 live birth, with under 5 mortality rate of 41 per 1,000 live birth. Infant mortality rate is 30 per 1,000 live birth. Child mortality rate of 12 per 1,000 live birth. Neonatal mortality rate 19 per 1,000 live birth. On the other hand, the contraceptive prevalence rate is 26%, antenatal coverage of 84%, postnatal check within 2 days after delivery is 35%. The children of the age of 12 to 23 months is 49%. Similarly, for the facility birth and delivery by skilled providers and of 57%. Timor-Leste Maternal and Child Health Handbook is called LISU, Libro Saudi Inanawam, or Maternal and Child Health Handbook, is widely distributed and used across the country within all health facilities, with mandatory for all pregnant mothers receiving this handbook during the first antenatal consultation. The progress on international training program action plan since the participation in 2016 ITP Health in Japan, we have introduced and implemented the new updated LISU, Maternal and Child Health Handbook, which integrated the documentation of the ANC immunization, growth monitoring, and PNC visit. In addition, from 2017 to now, we have included the health information on health education for diarrhea management and health promotion on healthy living and emphasis on the more comprehensive birth registration form. Some supportive supervision activities to monitor the utilization has been postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic surge of cases. During the COVID-19 pandemic period, Timor-Leste has been responding well within the first wave and able to prevent community transmission. The second wave has been devastating, with almost all districts reported of community transmission. However, with the introduction of the COVID-19 vaccines, most cases are able to be managed, with the recovery rate about 80% reported within the last week. To maintaining and empower the community through utilization of MCH Handbook, MCH Department, in coordination with all relevant stakeholders, have conducted community outreach activity to increase coverage for maternal and child health services. Home visit to identify problem.
Sorry, next slide maybe, Ms. Agusta.
Still,
not yet. Next slide maybe. Still second slide, maybe third or fourth slide.
Yeah, conduct community outreach activity to increase coverage for maternal and child health services. Home visit in its program encourage community to visit health facility center through family health program utilize the Ligainen or Connecting Mother program application to share health information and availability of services through phone message, and in collaboration with municipality health services director conducted supportive supervision to identify and find solution for immediate problem within the MGH services. To enhance the capacity building of health workers in pandemic era, we continue routine capacity building for among MPDSR, ANC, PNC, safe and clean delivery and newborn care, IMCI and family planning through face-to-face interaction implementing public health preventive measures for COVID-19 in collaboration with other stakeholders conducted continuous IPC and case management for COVID-19 and participate in the inter-country capacity building via Zoom for RMNGH topics.
Sorry, Miss Augusta.
Yes?
You still only the same slide. Maybe the next turn.
Yeah.
Next slide.
Yes.
Sorry. You can next slide. Change slide.
Oh, yes, still in the day.
Still second slide. Still second slide.
What's the second slide? In my school or
Change your slide. Maybe the next slide.
in my slide, almost finished my presentation here.
Still a second slide, maybe.
Yeah. Second slide.
Sorry.
Just change here.
Maybe the change. Yeah.
Slide 7. It's okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Slide 7. Oh my God.
Your time is still 3 minutes.
Okay. So now we are in slide 7. To enhance the capacity building of health workers in pandemic era, we continue routine capacity building for among MPDSR, ANC, PNC, safe and clean delivery and newborn care, IMCI, and family planning through face-to-face interaction implementing public health preventive measures for COVID-19. In collaboration with other stakeholders, conducted continuous IPC and case management for COVID-19 and participated in the inter-country capacity building via Zoom for RMNGH topics. The maternal and child health handbook implementation is monitored and evaluated through routine supportive supervision conducted in each municipality, national semesterly review meeting, and monthly report from each health facility on maternal and child health. Through this important session, we would like to learn about the revision mechanism of the MCH handbook, monitoring and supervision of the utilization of the MCH handbook during the pandemic era, and monitoring mechanism in ensuring the pandemic data collected are integrated within the MCH handbook from another countries. For 2022, we will make revision to the LISU for the integration of 5-digit ANC, HPV vaccination, for the reproductive age group, orientation of the new revision of LISU handbook to all health workers, distribution of MCH handbook based on needs, and strengthening the utilization of MCH handbook through supportive supervision. So that's it, my presentation. Thank you for all of your attention. Obrigado.
Thank you, Ms. Augusta from Timor-Leste for your presentation. The next presentation from Kenya, maybe the speaker is Ms. Beatrice Ochieng. This from Kenya. Who is the presentation? Yeah. Miss Beatrice Ocean. Your time, 10 minutes, please. Sorry, your voice? Yeah, still mute. Okay.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Beatrice Ochieng. I'm going to make the presentation on behalf of the Kenyan team, and we are 4 from Kenya.
Slideshow, please. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
So Kenya is a country in Eastern Africa, and the capital city is in Nairobi. We are a democratic country. We have 1 national government and 47 county governments. The population stands at 47 million. That is according to the census done in 2019. Kenya is known for tourism, and we have various tourism sites like the national parks, game reserves. We have Mount Kenya, the Great Rift Valley, and beaches along the Indian Ocean. Economically, Kenya is an agricultural country. We mainly produce tea, horticultural products, and coffee. So Kenya is a beautiful country, and we welcome every one of you. In case you have opportunity, you can visit Kenya. On the maternal and child health status in Kenya, I have here 2 graphs that is showing us the child mortality trends, as well as the maternal mortality trends. On the child mortality trends, we are seeing the decreasing trend from the Kenya Demographic Health Survey that was done in 1998. The last survey was done in 2014. And here we can see the under 5 mortality rates that is shown in the yellow color. As at 2014, we are at 52 per 1,000 live births. The infant mortality rate stands at 39 per 1,000 live births, and the neonatal mortality rate stands at 22 per 1,000 live births. Though we have data from the United Nations Interagency Group for Child Mortality Estimations, and this was done in 2019. And we can see also the trends are still decreasing, and the under 5 mortality is at 43, infant mortality is at 31, and neonatal mortality at 21. On maternal mortality trends, again, we are seeing decreasing trends. According to the last demographic health survey in 2014, there are 362 maternal deaths being reported, and this is per 100,000 births that are being performed. And we expect to see more reduction in these trends because we are expecting to have a Kenya Demographic Health Survey done in the year 2021-2022. Now moving to the implementation status of the MCH Handbook in the National Health System. Here we are saying in Kenya, the Maternal Child Health Handbook is integrated in the National Health System. And currently we are using the edition that was reviewed in 2020. We have various indicators that are being collected using the MCH Handbook, and these indicators are linked to the Kenya Health Information System. Currently, the implementation is in all the 47 counties across the country. We have the Ministry of Health coordinating the printing and distribution of these handbooks across all the counties. And the distribution is also being done along the vaccine commodities. In some of the counties, there are partners who support the printing and also the distribution in those counties that they work in. Overall coordination is being done by the Ministry of Health through the Department of Family Health. And this handbook is usually reviewed every 3 to 5 years in order to adopt to the changes in the county's maternal and child health policies and guidelines. Last year, we had a group who attended the KSP 2020, and they had a plan of action that is partly being implemented. The team is working towards the finalization of the various components that was in the plan of action. And the next steps is to hold a validation workshop of that document and to finalize all the processes that were contained in the plan of action. Moving to the country maternal child health system in the era of COVID-19 pandemic, how does Kenya empower the community through utilization of MCH Handbook in pandemic era? In Kenya, there is a community health strategy that ensures delivery of integrated, comprehensive, and high-quality community health services. In the strategy, we have community health volunteers who provide essential community health services at the household levels in the community. So during the pandemic, these community health volunteers were trained and sensitized on the COVID-19 guidelines and protocols. So they help disseminate these messages and also assist in establishment of structures for prevention. Again, these community health volunteers identify suspected COVID-19 cases and they link them up with their supervisors who are the community health assistants. And these assistants contact the county coordinating teams that provide testing and care services. We also have these community health volunteers assist in strengthening of the referrals between the community health services and also the health facilities, especially in the cases of maternal and neonatal child health that require care. They also assist in contact tracing of cases of defaulters, especially those who have defaulted in immunizations, antenatal and postnatal care. They follow up the pregnant mothers who are at risk and are having danger signs and link them up with the delivery facilities. They also assist with growth monitoring, among other actions that they perform. There are also the linkages between the health system and community, and also for the cases who are tested in the community, they assist in providing the home-based and isolation care. In the context of capacity building, how does Kenya enhance the capacity building of healthcare workers in pandemic era? We have the capacity building for the MCH Handbook that is ongoing, and it is being performed in all the 47 counties. We have the national and the county governments who facilitate these trainings, sensitizations, as well as mentoring of the health workers and the community health volunteers. They are trained on the guidelines that are specific to maternal, neonatal, and child health service provision, especially in the context of COVID-19 pandemic. So when they are performing these trainings, it's either virtually or physically. We have harmonized training packages that are developed both for the community health volunteers and another one for the healthcare providers. And the trainings are undertaken under strict observation of COVID-19 prevention protocols. We provide updates regularly to the healthcare workers as well as the community health volunteers as when is needed. And there is quarterly supervision and technical support that is also being provided to these healthcare workers and community health volunteers. On monitoring and evaluation, how does Kenya conduct monitoring and evaluation of the MCH Handbook implementation? So we are saying this MCH Handbook integrates all the interventions from pregnancy till the child is 5 years old. And there are a number of indicators that are contained in this handbook. And these indicators, we have various registers that we are using to capture them and also to monitor the indicators. We have the registers for antenatal care, postnatal care, immunizations, as well as the under 5 registers. So we capture data through these registers, and this data is summarized monthly and channeled through the Kenya Health Information System. So this information can be viewed nationally, and everyone who wants to use this data for action is able to access it. Again, we have monitoring through periodic surveys as well as routine facility data quality assessments. So what do we want to learn from other countries? We want to learn how we can strengthen the monitoring and evaluation component of the implementation of the MCH handbook at all levels of facilities, because in Kenya, we have 5 levels of facilities from level 1 up to level 5. We also want to learn the experience and best practices, and also how other countries have been able to achieve the buy-in, especially from the private sectors, and any other lessons that we learn from other countries. The use of handbook at the health facilities in Kenya is being undertaken in all the counties, as we have said. And here we have a picture of a nutritionist who is using the MCH handbook to provide care to the mother and also to the baby. And this is a picture that was taken at the Kitui County Referral Hospital. And this shows us how this handbook is being used across the country. So that is the end of my presentation. And together as a Kenya country team, we are saying the MCH handbook brings it all together, and we are glad to be associated with this team. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Felistis from Kenya. We have learned 3 countries about monitoring and evaluation during pandemic, COVID pandemics about maternal and child health. Okay, we have time about 15 minutes to answer question and answer. I think from chat from this room, they have the question from Maya Ryan from the committee. The question for Timor-Leste, the delegation Timor-Leste. Okay, the question: what are the goals, objectives, and scope of the INAN-BLIC program, and how often messages are sent to the target? I think from Ms. Agusta Amaral, can you answer this question from chat? From Ms. Maya from committee. Okay. Is there Ms. Agusta? Okay. Okay, please, Ms. Agusta, to answer the question from the chat.
Yes, the objective of the Liga INAM is to strengthen the communication and relation between health workers and pregnant mother, and also postpartum. Postpartum. Then the goals of the Liga INAM, we could increase the coverage of PNC, delivery in the health facility, PNC, immunization, and family planning. The targets always receive a message 2 weeks, twice a week, normally in the Tuesday and Thursday. We deliver information regarding with the ANC, delivery in health facility, PNC, immunization, and family planning, breastfeeding, and other information through the Liga INAM connecting.
Okay. Is enough your answer? Okay, Ms. Agusta. Okay, the second question from Ministry of Health of Mailan. Question for Cambodia. This is a question: what is the role of professional associations in the implementation of MCH handbook in your country? Okay, please, Ms. Ngim Ham.
Kita sudah datang.
Okay. Yes, thank you so much for your question. Yeah, I would like to answer the question that related with the professional association about the handbook. Yeah, in Cambodia, we not yet provide the handbook for the worldwide in Cambodia. So for the role of association professional, we conduct with the JICA, and we cooperate with the JICA and through online training. Yeah, so now we have only two province and one hospital. Yeah, for one hospital we work with them, and we also follow up, like we can see from the mother and the family, and I can see the mother that bring the handbook with them, and I ask them, they said that very useful. Yeah, so the role we can encourage or strengthening to the midwife, like with Zoom training like this. Yeah, when we have the Zoom training, we also encourage to you and to training with the knowledge to use this book. Yeah, this is our role for professional association. Yeah, we still cooperate with the JICA. Okay, because we're not yet it distribute all the country. Yeah, not we still fight with the MOA, and we want to distribute all the country. Yeah, so if we use all the country, the midwife can, yeah, all the midwife in Cambodia or associate can control and can manage this one too. Okay, this is
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Ingham.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome.
For the speakers, I think I divide to one question. The question from Kenya, yeah, facilitator of Kenya, Rima. For the question for Kenya too, nice presentation from Kenya. I would like to ask in the presentation in mention maternal natal child health data is linked of Kenya Health Information System. Okay, how many countries are linked to KHIS are there or countries? Maybe you can explain more. Thank you very much. Okay, Ms. Beatrice, facilitator of Kenya to Kenya to answer. Okay, please.
Okay, thank you for the question. Just to answer, the data on maternal neonatal child health is linked to the Kenya Health Information System. And we have all the counties, all the 47 counties in Kenya have the data collection tools in the departments. And once this data is collected, it is summarized and channeled through the Kenya Health Information System. So all the counties are able to report on the indicators. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Beatrice. Okay, another question from facilitator of Timor-Leste. The question for Cambodia speakers. Is there any plan to unite the pink card, yellow card, and COC card, becoming one book in the future? Okay, please, Ms. Ingham.
Okay. Sorry for the question is in the future we will combine three kind of the handbook together. For you want like this? The question is this. Sorry, the question where is, I would like to confirm the question. The question is the future. In the future, does Cambodia will combine three kind of this book like this?
From Timor-Leste, can you answer to confirm the question?
It is from me.
Okay.
Mr. Imran.
Yeah, please. Who is it?
Yeah, my question is, yeah.
Okay, please.
I have a question, Mr. Imran.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I just want to confirm in the future, if you want to make united all the kind of the card, because I see there's a three of card connected with the MCH. Is there any possibility in the future you will combine it together, become in one book? Is there any plan for it? Yeah.
Yeah, we plan, but now we face with the MOA to combine for one book like this. Yeah, sure. But not clear about how we can combine or not, because for three kind of MCA record or MCA handbook like this, we face with the MOA to combine, but in the future, I hope.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You can plan.
We plan. Yeah. Okay. And we also report to my director, like we combine to one, only one book. Okay. Thank you so much for your question. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Sim.
Okay.
Another question. Maybe we have only 3 minutes more. The question and the answer. We have about 13 in Indonesia, 13 in Indonesia. Yeah, I think it's very interesting about how the health workers to reach the maternal and child health during pandemic COVID-19. I think this is very interesting in this pandemic. Okay, if you don't have any question about to the speakers, I think the time is finished in 15:30. And thank you for the speakers from Cambodia, Timor-Leste, and Kenya. Thank you, and back to the committee. Thank you. Good day.
You are welcome.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Saya kembalikan kepada panitia. Ya, silakan MC. MC masih di mute ya.
Thank you very much, Pak Imran. Sorry for the technical issues just happened. Thank you for dear participants and also all the speakers for today's sessions. Thank you for moderating the panel also, Pak Imran. The next session, we will have the summary of the session of day 1 that will be conducted by Dr. Laila Mahmuda from the Ministry of Health. So, Dr. Laila, the floor is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and good afternoon for some of you. Now we've come to the end of the first day session. During the first day, participants and observers from 9 countries have been joining the 2021 Knowledge Sharing Program in the virtual meeting. And today, along with the introduction of JICA MCH project and Japan experiences on child health checkup during pandemic, in the first session, DG of Public Health from the MOH of Indonesia has shared country experiences in the implementation of MCH services during COVID-19 pandemic. In Indonesia, health service modification has been adapted to prioritize the infection prevention measures in the delivery of MCH essential services. For the community empowerment, MCH Handbook plays crucial role as a guidance for family in fulfilling the continuum of care for mother and children. An adaptation for mother class is an important activity for the empowerment, which can be accessed through the online session or limited classical session. For the capacity building for health workers are delivered through blended learning with online session lectures and the job training for practical session. Monitoring and evaluation are important point of program implementation. During this pandemic, to measure the impact of pandemic in the health services, the government has conducted some studies, while the routine monitoring are conducted through web application and online session. While in the second session, we have learned a lot from the Cambodia, Kenya, and Timor-Leste's experiences in overcoming the impact of COVID-19 pandemic to the maternal and child health and the implementation to the MCH services and MCH handbook implementation during this pandemic. From the presentation, there are several things that we can highlight it. In terms of community empowerment, we learned that delivering information for mother and family is an important point. However, it should be balanced by the adequate knowledge of the health workers to promote the fulfillment of essential services. In Kenya, community health volunteers are also trained and sensitized with the COVID-19 guidelines and protocols, while in Timor-Leste, they have been developing a phone application to share health information for mothers. In terms of capacity building, Timor-Leste conducts the routine capacity building through classical face-to-face interaction, of course with the preventive measure for the COVID-19. While Cambodia, in collaboration with Midwife Association, provides e-learning modules and tools for self-learning videos. In Kenya, trainings are undertaken both virtually and physically. While for monitoring and evaluation, all countries has a routine monitoring system. In addition, Kenya conducts periodic survey, and Timor-Leste has supervision in each municipality. That's all for today. Once again, thank you for your participation. In this occasion, let me remind all of country participants to later on join the country breakout rooms to discuss and start to develop the country plan of action. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ibu Laila. So, move on. Before we have a group discussion, I would like to invite also Mas Egy to conduct the evaluation system. So, Mas Egy will assist you how to fill in the form of evaluations. So, Mas Egy, the time is yours.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Yoshita. Distinguished participants, observers of the KSP 2021. My name is Egy Diliana from Ministry of State Secretariat. I'm here to guide you regarding the evaluations, of course. But first of all, I would like to say congratulations for completing the first day from 3 days program of KSP MCH 2021. For the past few hours, we've been discussing a lot of things. We've been warming up with a lot of with the topic and issues, and we've been hearing experiences from Cambodia, Timor-Leste, and also Kenya. Well, the committee will share to you the link to the evaluations. You can check on the chat box. Please make sure you pay attention to the chat box. The committee will provide the evaluation link. You just need to click the link, and it will take you to the form, the evaluation form. As you can see from the screen, that you have to put down your email so we know who you are, and we can send you feedback regarding the evaluations. And also, you can check your name. We have also put down your name. You just need to click, you choose which one is you. And after that, it will take you to the questions related to the program that we have this year. Of course, your response, feedback is very important for us, so we can have and we can learn from you what we need to improve in the next coming year, in the next program. And also we can learn from you what topic is less relevant, and which one is we need to take down, and which one should be there in the next program. So yeah, once again, please give us your feedback and respond through these evaluations. You have the opportunity to complete the evaluation from today up until the last day. So we hope that you can complete the evaluation from before the end of the KFP MCS 2001 end. So again, if you have any difficulties, whether it's accessing to the evaluation form, or you have difficulties in understanding the questions, or you have any technical matters, please let me know, or you can write down anything on the chat box, or you can contact the committee or Ibu Susi if you have any difficulties regarding the evaluation forms. Of course, please remember that the one who will obtain the certificate is the one who already completed the evaluation form. Other than daily attendance sheet, you have to complete the evaluation form in order to obtain the certificate from this training program. We have designed the evaluation form as simple as possible, so you can have easy understanding about the flow of the evaluation. Of course, we would like to know the relevancy, whether this program is relevant to your community, and also we would like to understand whether the programs have impact or support or improve your knowledge, and also we would like to know whether any technical issue or difficulties throughout the program. So once again, please do not hesitate to give your comment or feedbacks or anything, so we can learn from you, so we can design, develop, and create more better and effective program in the future. And also, we would like to know any plan in the future. If you get inspired by this training, please write down on the evaluation form. Maybe you would like to conduct some sort of seminar or workshop, or sharing with your colleagues in the office after participating in this program. So please also you can write down on the evaluation form. Once again, you just need to check the chat box, the Zoom chat box. There is the link provided by the committee. You just need to click down the link and it will take you to evaluation form. If you have any difficulties regarding the evaluation form, let me know, or you can let Ibu Susi know, or you can write down anything on chat box. So I think that's it from me for today. I will come back on the second day to see the progress, to see your progress filling out the evaluation form. So you have a chance to complete the evaluation form before the final day of this training program. Okay, that's it from me. Thank you very much. Have a happy and stay healthy.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mas Egy, for conducting the evaluation session. So please, dear participants, don't forget to fill in the evaluation form. And other than that, I would like also to remind you to fill in the attendance form for today. And also for the link for the presentation for today, it can be downloaded through the link that in the chat box. And also, I would like to remind about the spreadsheet of this country. You can also see in the chat box, and you can open it, so you can see the material on it. So I would like to remind that the tomorrow's session will be conducted at 1 p.m. in Jakarta time. So there will be we will use the same Zoom link as today. And for tomorrow's session, there will be three sessions. But the first thing is about the material about the implementation of MCH handbook in the world and the continuum of care. And also there will be a country report presentation from Laos, Madagascar, and Papua New Guinea. And also there have a discussion with a Q&A. Ladies and gentlemen, after this, we will have participants in this some breakout. So we will divide it into some breakout rooms through the Zoom. So all the distinguished participants are able to discuss more in a group with the facilitator. So for all the committees, I would like to thank you and see you tomorrow's session. And right now we will have a breakout rooms for the group discussion. Thank you very much.
Okay. Distinguished participants, facilitators, and committee, we are very sorry that the breakout session is already over for today. We will have another breakout session tomorrow to finalize your action plan. So I hope that you have had a fruitful discussion for today's breakout sessions. Please keep in mind that we will start our second day of the training program at 1 p.m. Jakarta's time. So please make sure that you will be joining at least 15 minutes before we start our second day program. So from now on, we can call it a day. We can finish our first day. From JICA or from Indonesia would like to say something?
Thank you very much, Jason. Tsuka speaking. As you mentioned, the group discussion was very fruitful for the Indonesia. We could complete the today's assignment for day first. Thank you very much. And thank you very much smooth implementation of the IT management and time management. Very good. We started on time and almost finished on time. That's really appreciated. Thank you very much.
You are welcome, Sukasan, for the update, and happy to hear that your groups already completed the action plan.
Day one,
Anyone
yes.
would, yeah, for day one. Anyone would like to say something?
I have not registered. I was using Yahoo Mail and I have no Gmail and I have not registered. I don't know how I would be helped.
Pardon, I didn't catch that. Could you say that again?
I said in the registration list, I was not able to register myself.
Oh, okay.
Since I was using Yahoo Mail instead of Gmail. So how do I go about it when I am using Yahoo Mail?
I see. So you do not have any Gmail account, yeah? Okay, I will get back
Yes, I
to
have no Gmail account.
Yeah, I will get back to you later on. I will discuss it with the IT team first.
Are we leaving or it's not
Yeah,
yet over?
if there is no other response or feedback,
That is the only that is the only part I had to.
Okay, okay. I think we can close our first day sessions, and you may leave and have a rest. From me, I wish you a happy and healthy conditions. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow on the second day of the program.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Terima kasih banyak, Egi-san.
Terima kasih Bapak Egi.
Bye
Terima
everybody.
kasih
Good
semuanya.
night.
Thank you.
Selamat sore.
Bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for semuanya.
Bye bye Yoko-san.
Bye bye.
Dạ.
Thank
you.
Can we have a minimum? Oh, Fanja-san from Madagascar.
Yeah. Rie-san, can you hear me? Rie-san?
Hear you, Mas Egi. Yes.
So yeah, as we discussed earlier,
Mhm.
we will have around 15 to 30 minutes
Sure.
for the
Sure.
discussions. Yeah.
Okay, thank you
Please.
very much. Because I would like to have a reflection today.
Okay.
The Keiko-san and Ibu Dia, thank you very much. Maybe we have some kind of the trouble today, and we would like to discuss what can we convey or overcome for tomorrow, so that tomorrow's breakout room will be the more smoothly can be the connective. Yeah. Yeah, smoothly the connection and also the setting. I think my Wi-Fi is very weak here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay.
you. Yeah.
I can hear you. So maybe let's talk what was the problem, how can we improve for tomorrow? And Ibu
well,
Dia here.
Yeah.
Okay. So I need a comment from the Ibu Keiko and the Ibu Dia first. Is it okay for you?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, please.
Thank you very much. Keiko-san, すいません。お願いします。
So for the session 4 or the session, the breakout session, especially.
Yes, breakout session, especially for breakout session.
Breakout sessions. Congratulations for the facilitators. I tried to the floating some groups. Some country is very much organized. The Ario-san, I don't think you have any problems for the
Yeah.
communication with the participants. So the connection is good, and they can type in the Google spreadsheet by themselves in general. And but other countries like Tajikistan, I think that their connection is very weak, and not many can access or the type in. I feel maybe Laila-san that can support me. And then there's some countries has already that can designate the person as the facilitator, and then the type in by themselves. Mainly, the facilitator needs to help them on behalf of them to type in. So maybe what kind of the technical connections that each facilitator faced is the point. The second, as the facilitations, do you have any the problems? 2 points. Maybe we can clarify one by one from the facilitators' voices. How do you think?
For me, first.
Pembukaan SSPCR.
Yeah. Yeah, because when we try to fulfill the Google Spreadsheet, I think they are not clear enough related the another country presentation. So it's like quite confusing to fulfill the what they get from another country presentation. Maybe that's the point that we have to make clear enough before we start to make fulfill the spreadsheet in the day 2. Yeah. And for the Timor-Leste, I help them to fulfill by using my connection. Not because I know since the beginning their presentation is not running well to slideshow, so I help them to make it easier by trying to ask and then fill whatever they want to spreadsheet. Maybe we can do for that for another country with have a lot of problem with the connection.
Thank you very much, Arya-san. So you did quite well to support them. So are there any other facilitators that have the similar problems like Arya-san's? So the participants they can digest what they learned from the participants, the presentation, and then type in. No, the facilitator needs to support them to pick up the points of learning. And Yoko-san, maybe you would like to say something?
Yeah, Madagascar also